Are you ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal is like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello and welcome to High on Sports. I am Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and whether you are listening to us tonight at your computer or on one of the many glorious apps, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. Remember, if you are not listening on one of the apps, you can...
Is that glass?
Was that glass?
No, that was my keys.
Oh,
I was trying to be
Like, oh
subtle
my
about
God.
The way you echoed through the headphones, it sounded like you just
I
said.
thought you
"F
just
this."
shattered something. I know.
Shattered them.
it. If I had just throw them off the desk all nonchalantly. And it
Anyways,
ended up being very loud.
If you're not listening on the app, remember you can take your smartphone or tablet or other intelligent devices and simply search for TuneIn Radio. It is free to install. Just download, install it, and free to download, I should say. Download, install, search MSC Radio Network Hit Play. You are listening to us on the go, wherever you are with your phone or other mobile intelligent machine, computer, magical devices. And remember, as always, you can contact us via email, shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. You can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Get a hold of us on Twitter at high_on_sports. Facebook.com/high-on-sports. Get to the website, high-on-sports.net. You've got the archive of all our past shows, my blog, a bunch of other fun stuff. Again, that is high-on-sports.net. We've got a jam-packed show for you. It is round one. Let's go. Obvious place to start the show tonight. Something I don't want to do like a lot of other sports shows are doing and make it all about this because we've had, it's been all day. Not to belittle these events at all, but it's like I said, it's been all day. We'll update you when something new happens. But by the way, if you haven't realized it, and you were literally living under a rock, I'm talking about the incidents today at the Boston Marathon finish line. 2 explosions went off. There's been a lot of reports going around, rumors as to who did it. All we know right now is that a great deal of people are hurt. 2 confirmed dead. With potentially more, some other conflicting reports coming out about that. There was a 3rd incident that caused a fire to the JFK library. That has since been confirmed as not a part of this.
Yeah.
That was an isolated fire at the JFK library. At least one other device was found in the area that was, dealt with. And another report, like I said, a lot of different reports coming from different angles here. Another report saying that a 4th device was found in the general area that was also... control explosion by the Boston Police Department. But I mean, so much, just a total tragedy. Our thoughts and our hearts and prayers and stuff go out to all the victims and all the people affected by what's happened. Again, like I said, I don't want to spend the whole show on this. I just felt like we needed to at least touch on it because there is a lot of sides to this and there is a lot of stuff that still needs to come out before we can really put an official take on what's going on. Is the T word's coming out a lot to terrorism. We don't know for sure yet. That's the part I cannot stress enough. I mean, everybody, let's at least take a breath. Let's be calm about these things. It's gonna be hard to really get into sports, with that hanging in the air. But like I said, if anything comes out, if any new concrete details emerge, we will update you. We'll let you know as soon as we know if anything else comes up again. But our hearts and prayers go out to Boston and all the people afflicted by what's going on. But like I said, though, we gotta move on to things. This is why sports is here, for things like this. This is an outlet, for people to just take that little time out of the day and forget about your problems, forget about the real world, because there's a lot of crap going on.
Yeah.
But, that's why sports are here. So that's why we're going to sort of give that a bit of a back seat. But, again, if anything comes out, we will immediately let you know when we do. But, again, I just wanted to touch on it before we got into things here. And now there is literally no transition whatsoever to do this. But how about that Masters?
Yeah.
The Masters,
It happened.
it did. The Masters is now. I'm not the biggest golf fan. I respect it. I can watch golf when something's on the line. I cannot watch days 1 through 3 of anything, even the Masters.
No.
Can't do it. I can watch day 4 of the Masters, especially from a timing standpoint. What else is there on that Sunday? Honestly,
Right?
I mean, yeah, there's some baseball and some regular season NBA and stuff, but that's the real marquee event of that day. And yeah, I watched the final round. Although I did see that the third round had a 24% spike in viewership. What happened that the third round got so much more popular? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they did, but maybe it's because of that 14-year-old. Have you heard about that? That Guan kid?
Yeah, from China.
From China?
14
Oh my
years old, lighting up on
God.
the golf course.
Well, he was.
Yeah,
he
until
finished
he-
12 over.
Yeah.
I mean, that story
He wasn't-
loses a little bit to me.
I mean, he got in it because he won. He was the best of
Yeah.
wherever he came from.
He gets some kind of silver cup or something they give him because of being like the highest score of like an amateur in the event.
That
So apparently, 12 over is enough to be the best amateur in the Masters.
wow.
Apparently, what these people do. Everybody says golf is. They get a lot of like crap, as far as when people try to call them athletes and things like that. But I'll tell you what, buddy, you make golf a lot on your weekends and take some sick days here and there. You're not them, and you can honestly, you at home, you can probably never be them. But that's why 12 over is enough to be the best amateur in the Masters. 14 years old though, like I'm finally at that age. I'm full disclosure, I'm 21. I'm finally at that age where I'm starting to see people be really successful younger than me.
Oh, it's depressing.
And it sucks when you get to it. And now, like, something like this happens.
Yeah, when they're
where it's
half
like,
your,
wait,
almost half
so
your
you're
age.
telling me when I was 15 I was already a failure?
Yeah. That's
Wow.
Like, because, see, I could accept it when I was in middle school or whatever, and
Yeah,
that, like,
looking up to-
14-year-old
exactly.
soccer player
Sure.
made the Olympic, or made the USA team. I'm like, well, okay, that's not too bad. Because I'm like the same age. I'm like, it sucks, but whatever. But everybody else was older than me. College athletes were older than me. So when I watched Ohio State, it was okay. And the pro athletes, obviously older than me. Now, Kyrie freaking Irving is 3 years younger than me. And I'm like,
I'm older than Kyrie.
what have I done with my life? All these people are making millions, and they're younger than me.
Well, let's not forget that this kid was probably groomed to be a
Oh,
professional
that's
Had to have
true.
been.
That's true, yeah.
Because there's no way you get that good
so it's
like
our
that.
parents' fault.
Yes.
Wow. Thanks.
Mom.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
For not making me spend every second of every day out on that basketball court.
Why didn't you tape a baseball bat to my hand when I was a
Right?
baby?
And
Now
not let
it's
me
too
go.
late. Oh, yeah. I'll do it with my own.
Now I
kids
do
someday.
an internet radio show.
Exactly.
Woo.
Now I'm talking about the people that had the baseball glued
Instead
to
of
their hand.
being there.
Anyways, though, I do think like someone who's 14 though, like honestly, we shouldn't feel bad about that because that kid's a freak. I will just say it.
Because I mean that happens
Guan, you're a
once in
freak.
every like 15 years. You
Exactly.
Get a like savant.
Like he's still like doing puberty. Like,
Yeah.
that's not done yet.
No.
And he just went and played in the Masters. I don't know. That probably does a lot for him with the high school girls. Yeah, I was just in the Masters.
Right?
Let me explain to you what the Masters are real quick.
You think he's even allowed to have a social life?
No.
Probably not because
No.
I mean, because was he from China? They were like the strictest freaking people in the
He
world.
didn't act like a 14-year-old when they had him on. They had him on at the end because of being the Silver Cup
Well, he
winner.
doesn't look 14.
Which
either.
I swear they don't normally do that. I could be wrong. Where they have him in the house at the end, and it's Jim Nance, and it's the guy, the head of the president of the PGA or whatever, and they sit down with the past winner and the now current winner, so Bubba Watson's there in his jacket, and then they're putting the jacket on Adam Scott. Adam Scott won, by the way. We haven't said that yet.
Yeah.
Adam Scott won the Masters. Anyways,
He's American, right?
he's Australian.
Ah.
The first one to do so. Now
Well,
we got
then I don't care.
Bubba last year. We're all right, but
Yeah, I'll take it.
shit, I feel like Bubba was born in like Florida, but then I feel like he was raised somewhere different. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But they have Bubba there, in his jacket and everything. And then they have Adam Scott to come in and wear his jacket. Then they had Guan in there as the Silver Cup winner, like the amateur champion or whatever. I don't remember if they've always done that.
Probably not. They're
I
probably
feel like
doing
it could
special
be because he
treatment
was
for him
14
because
and
he's
they want to show
14.
it off. And
Yeah,
also
it's a
China.
story.
Sports loves China.
Yeah.
If you haven't realized this by now.
That's why they blew up suck-ass
Sports
Jeremy
loves
Lin for the longest
China.
time.
Think about this. There is 2 billion Chinese. There are 2 billion
Yeah.
of them.
If you
There's
sell
more
it to
people
there,
in
you're
China
gonna
than there
make
are
millions
anywhere. There's like 4 billion total in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
There,
China has that.
all of existence combined is only 2 billion more than China.
Yeah.
So, like, China is a big, the biggest piece of the pie. That's why you see these NBA teams and these MLB teams and stuff catering to them. That's a 2 billion person market just waiting for people to really exploit it. That's why last year we were, pretty urinated off about it, but that is why they opened the season, didn't it? Was it Japan?
Baseball, they opened
It
in
was
Japan.
Asia. I'm
Dumbest
talking about
effing
Asia in
thing.
general, so that counts.
I don't care. That was
Counts to my
stupid.
point. China, or more
That
specifically
didn't sound
Japan.
ignorant at all.
My apologies to the Chinese and Japanese.
Yeah, who hate each other, by the way.
Do they?
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Well, all those countries hate each other.
They do.
Japan hates Korea.
But yeah, no, it's that's why you see them cater to stuff like this. That's why you saw someone who was 12 over on there because of 2 reasons. A, he's 14, so he was a story in general.
Yeah.
And B, because he comes from China. And they can say, China, look, your guy got a trophy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never heard of the Silver Cup before this
Honestly,
year.
they probably made it up.
There's a chance they just made that up.
Yeah.
You get the Silver Cup for being,
Chinese.
take it. Just take it. Don't even ask.
Yes, we want to put you on air. So take the trophy.
Let me find his ranking if I can. Oh, Bubba Watson tied for 50th.
Yikes.
Bubba Watson finished +7. He
Ooh,
did
rough day.
He did make the cut, didn't he? I feel the kid made the cut, right? don't know.
I think he was on the borderline.
You know what? He didn't make the cut. That's why I can't find him. So he's somewhere on the leaderboard, not in the leader part of it, I should say. But 58. Oh, he did make the cut. He just did make the cut. What? It says he gets $0. Oh, because he's 14. Look at
He's AI's amateur
this is just
status.
yeah, exactly. This is interesting. You look at the everything here though. It's like this guy made 18,320, 18,320. Guan 0.
0.0.
And then right into that, Kevin Na 17,920.
He made
John Peterson
$17,000 for coming in
17,760.
60th.
59th, and then
Where does golf
60th.
get all this money?
I have no idea. This is why it's expensive to be in a country club.
Right? Because they
You're
gotta
paying
pay their
the
damn
PGA.
golfers $17,000 to come in 60th place.
Let me tell you something though.
Are you kidding me?
This is Augusta National. Money is like you don't need to worry if you're at Augusta National.
Right? Because the members probably are like $70,000 a year.
Yeah, they're
Just to
it's
golf there.
It's a bit pricey to be a part of Augusta National. There's a good chance that the green is just mulched up 20s with the amount of money going around at that place. Don't think money's that problem. Now I wonder if it's different when you're not in a major. If it's just like the Cadillac Championship,
Yeah, you probably make
the
like
Freeze.com Open or something.
After like 10 places. Yeah, you're not
Is it-
good enough. You're not getting paid.
You finished 49th. Here's $5.
Go buy yourself a hamburger.
Get out of here.
The Subway opened. There's a $5 footlong.
$5 foot long for you. Enjoy. But no. And Tiger Woods tied for 4th. He is the story. He was the story of the day until obviously the tragic events at Boston. But Tiger Woods with that -2 or that +2 penalty, I should say. It was the most ridiculous thing. And everybody's furious at Tiger now because there's some people saying, oh, he should have resigned from the tournament. He should have left, or he should have been kicked out of the tournament.
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
everyone was calling for that.
It was
Disqualification.
now this rule even confuses the hell out of me, and I'm a bit of a rule junkie with this kind of stuff. Supposedly he takes a shot, right? It hit the pin. It was just a sheer stroke of it. It's a shot that's not going to happen again. Hit the pin, it winds up in the water. So he gets to take another shot, and there was something with a drop. You get to do a drop or whatever. The rule is so ridiculous to begin with, because you can drop it. The exact rule, I was looking it up today, the exact quote is, a reasonable distance. Who the hell decides that? Can't I chuck that thing 20 yards and be like, that's reasonable?
Right?
Reasonable enough for me. I thought it was okay. I mean, I don't know, a reasonable drop, whatever that may be. Either way, something happened with the drop. He didn't, something. I don't know. Now, let me, I'll say this part first, and I'll say why this was so stupid that this even got caught. Is something happened, he thought he was fine, goes to sign his scorecard at the end. Now, that's the biggest thing, is signing your scorecard and stuff is such a big thing in these tournaments. He went to the PGA Tour officials, and he said, I'm about to sign, is everything okay? And they said, yep, you're good. Go ahead and give it your old John Hancock. So he signs it, Tiger Woods, whatever. Turns it in. Then the next day is when it was, you have a 2-stroke penalty. No, you didn't do that right. You did that all wrong. Do you know how they found out? This is a true story. A fan at home noticed and went through the proper channels to file a complaint with the PGA. So frickin' Billy Joe in Alabama, sitting on his couch with some bud, ends up seeing Tiger Woods drop it not correctly.
Yeah, and he's got a bone to pick with Tiger.
And he's got some kind of problem because he wishes he could cheat on his wife with a plethora of whores, but he can't. So he's got to take it out on Tiger. And
holy crap!
How do you get a hold of the PGA is what I want to know.
I want to go back to the plethora of whores.
No, he's good now. He's Lindsey Vonn. He's clean. He's good.
What? Oh, just a random dude
It was
somehow
some
got
guy.
a hold of PGA officials.
Apparently you can
Can
do
you
that.
do it on Twitter? I'm going to try and do it right now.
Tweet
Right,
at PGA. Tiger messed up. And then they'll get him. They'll catch him for that, I guess.
Wow.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, like, he wasn't wrong.
At
So-
PGA Tour on Twitter.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm getting them right now.
Tell him a mistake they made. just hit him with something. But it was an exciting finish. Angel Cabrera. He's from Argentina, so I feel like the G is just like not even there. Angel Cabrera. I feel like an idiot saying that. It's Angel Cabrera.
Sounds like a baseball player.
Cabrera.
He's a golfer?
Yeah, also. And then behind him is Jason. It's a different guy, but obviously. But and then behind him is Jason Day, which sounds like Jason Bay. So it's just a bunch of baseball players.
Yeah, right? A bunch of baseball players hitting
And
the golf course.
Adam Scott is the guy from Parks
Hey!
and Recreation on NBC. So it's just a whole
I
celebrity thing.
Doesn't a dude named... Doesn't Baltimore have an Adam Scott?
Do they?
I swear they do.
I
They
feel
used
like they
to.
very well
did.
could. They very well could. But anyways, you get Cabrera and Adam Scott duking it out on a playoff. They start on the 18th. They tie it with near identical shots. That was the highlight to me, as far as the actual in-game side of things. Is first it was their the drive just like next to each other on the fairway. You could not tell who was further. And then the next one lands on the green for Adam Scott, rolls into the rough. Everyone's like, oh, that would have been Australia's first major, and he just lost it. But what does Cabrera do? Onto the green, rolls into the rough. I'm not even exaggerating, about a foot away from each other.
Damn.
They were shot for shot until he ends up getting the one-shot victory over him on the very next hole, which was hole 17. So Adam Scott, there you have it. He gives the nation of Australia its first ever win at the Masters. I don't like something about Adam Scott though. He uses one of those long putters, and I know the PGA Tour stopped the belly putter, which I literally, when they announced their ban, had to Google what a belly putter was. Because you don't see that at this level as it is.
No.
You really don't. And it looks stupid as hell. Like they literally have it jammed up into their fat stomachs. Because no one in good shape used a belly putter. Nobody. But now you get... This is in a few years it's going to be banned anyways because everybody needs to be on the same thing. The long putter is held, if you can't see at home, it's held so differently.
Yeah,
it's literally
like
done with a
this.
sweeping motion. You're sweeping. It's like a broom. It's not putting, it's sweeping. Like you can get it made that would come in there and just line up a perfect shot. It looks stupid. It really does. But I don't know. They'll ban it eventually. They definitely will. Eventually, it'll all just be standard putters for everybody. As well, it should. Everybody should have the same, general equipment.
Well, I mean, I don't even know who starts even putting like that.
Who teaches them at a young age?
Yeah,
like why don't you try this? Why don't you try sweeping?
I don't.
It is
I don't
ridiculous.
understand it.
It is ridiculous. If you don't know what they look like, just Google long putter and you'll see pictures. Actually, the first picture that came up was him demonstrating how it's used. Adam Scott, arguably the most famous long putter, possibly one could say right now. The real big names, of course, don't use them. The Tigers, the Phils, the Rorys, all don't use them. But either way, a lot of people gave Tiger a lot of crap for this. And the thing about Tiger is he is so highly contested. He's honestly the kind of guy that when people don't like him, they don't like him. It's like this with a lot of big figures. Obviously, Cleveland, we're very familiar with LeBron James. We hate him. We don't just, he kind of rubs me the wrong way. And Tiger's one of those guys. Because, honestly, and it's one of the reasons is because of the success and the media attention and all of that, no one's ever just like, I don't really like him. Whatever. No, like, you're like, oh, Tiger Woods is an asshole.
Yeah.
I personally am a fan. I think golf is better when he's contending. I think golf will be better when he's winning.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm always a kind of in the moment kind of guy. Is with my age and everything. There's the previous generation could say like, oh, I saw all these greats and stuff. I want him to break the record for majors.
Yeah.
So then I can tell my grandkids someday, I saw Tiger Woods. This golf you got going on now, this is crap.
Because Tiger is more marketable, so they can bring in more fans with Tiger.
Totally.
Everybody else, nobody cares about everybody else.
Totally. I'm always rooting for history to be made. So, and honestly, it's so I can rub my grandkids' face in it someday. Yeah, you think you got football? We got, we had Tom Brady. You don't even know what you're talking about. But, and obviously Tiger winning, it would be pretty big to that effect. But yes, again, congratulations to Mr. Adam Scott, who is Tiger's former caddy. Let's not forget that guy that I remember Adam Scott won the very next tournament after hiring him, and people only talked to, was it Stevie something?
Yeah.
They only talked to the caddy. The caddy was interviewed at the press conference after. Adam Scott, wasn't there.
Yeah.
He's like, thanks for the win. I guess I'll take off. You seem busy, caddy. So, all right, we're switching gears here a little bit before we go to break, because this needs to be discussed. This is the final week of the NBA. Most teams have 2-1 games left. Our own Cavaliers finish it off against Charlotte this upcoming Wednesday. Cavaliers, by the way, in action right now against the Miami Heat. I'll try to get a score for you on that as soon as we can. And I have it. Cleveland 15, Miami 7.
There we go.
So, all right, and
the fix is in.
I'm gonna check this out because I've read some reports that LeBron might not even play. Look at this. Look at this.
The whole team.
Dwayne Wade, Ray Allen, Mario Chalmers, Chris Bosh, LeBron James.
Do they even have a lineup?
Well, hold on. Have all not entered the game yet, which most likely means Dwayne Wade, LeBron James. Oh, Chris Bosh as well, I should say.
Who the heck are they playing?
Here's who they started: Juwan Howard, Rashard Lewis, Joel Anthony, Norris Cole, and Mike Miller.
Juwan Howard.
Juwan Howard from the Fab Five.
Yep.
Right?
From Michigan University.
That's right.
That was a long time ago.
That was a very long time ago.
He's got to be 40 by now.
Yeah, I want to say 39.
He's still playing?
Yep, he's still doing it.
Chris Webber was old when he retired, and he's got to be the same age.
That's right. Let's see. I got an age here. 40.
Woo!
40 years old.
That's old for a
basketball
player.
And he started tonight.
That's old for basketball. I feel like you can, croak.
Yeah, I feel like there's a legitimate chance he could die. By the way, for the Cavs, no
one
Dion.
let Dennis Rodman know about that, though.
No. No Dion in there tonight. Tristan, Alonzo G, Tyler Zeller, Kyrie Irving, and Wayne Ellington getting the starting nod at the 2 guard with Waiters still not up to play. And with one game left, I'd find it hard to believe Waiters will see the court
He was
again.
back. He was back on last week.
Well, then
it
it's,
was Wednesday.
I mean,
Wednesday.
It's possible.
That was with the game.
It's possible they play against Charlotte, but I doubt it. I doubt it. And at the same time, I think you'll see limited minutes for Kyrie and some others. You know, obviously not to the extent of the Heat because we're not saving them for the playoffs. We're just kind of saving them for someday. But anyways, Miami Heat lock up the best record in the East, followed by the New York Knicks, Indiana, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Chicago, Boston, Milwaukee. It's all done. That is the playoffs in the East. Now the West is a little bit more interesting. Oklahoma City and San Antonio duking it out for the 1 spot, still not locked up. If it ended today, it would be the Thunders. Denver, LA Clippers, Memphis, Houston, Golden State rounding out the top 7. And then there was number 8. The LA Lakers with a 1.5 game lead over the Utah Jazz. Lakers with 1 game left, Jazz with 2 games left. The magic number, as it were, is 1. So the only way the Lakers don't get in is if they lose their last game and the Jazz win both of their last 2. So I think the odds are certainly in the favor of the Los Angeles Lakers actually backing into the playoffs, which would be huge as Cavs fans. Bear in mind that if the Lakers miss the playoffs, the Suns get their first-round pick, which would then be a lottery pick and everything. But if they make the playoffs, then the Cavaliers, who have the Miami Heat's first-round pick, can switch those 2 picks. So basically, look at it this way: if the Lakers get into the if the Lakers miss the playoffs, Cavs are picking early, wherever their pick ends up,
and pretty much last.
Early and last, potentially first and last. Be interesting. I'll take first, no matter what the second pick is.
Right.
Even though the guy that's going to go first, I'm not necessarily thrilled about. But that's a subject for another day when we get on to NBA draft talk. It's Nerlens Noel, by the way, who declared today. Tore his ACL at Kentucky, still
Who was
mass favorite to go number 1.
pretty much, I think he was overrated.
Yeah. And then if the Lakers make the playoffs, though, if they make it, it will mean they made it just by the skin of their teeth. 44 wins, that's it. Which is actually enough that they'd be they would be the 6th seed in the East. But bear in mind, if the Lakers do make the playoffs, that means the Cavaliers will be picking early with their pick. And then
Middle.
about 16, 17, 18, around there. Top 20. 2 picks in the top 20 if the Lakers make the playoffs.
Come on,
So,
LA.
definitely something worth rooting for. We have a horse in this race, Cavs fans. All right, well, unfortunately, we didn't get to get too much into the massive Kobe Bryant injury. We'll try to get more on that later if we can. When we return, though, you're going to find out what's urinating us off. I have another mock draft this week, our second to last. All that and so much more. You're listening to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
The following message is for those with a credit score of 800 and below.
Who wouldn't want better credit? Did you ever wonder how different life would be from just having a higher credit score? Are you tired of being turned down for any kind of loan or only offered high interest rates because your credit score is holding you prisoner? Life doesn't have to be that way anymore with access to TurnScore. By increasing your credit score only 50 to 100 points, it can potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars in interest over just a 5 to 10 year period. It can be the difference in getting approved for a personal loan, business loan, high limits on credit cards, a brand new car lease, or even a home mortgage. We see so many ads from companies that give us our credit score, but once we get our credit score, what are they going to do to actually repair your credit? Unfortunately, nothing. Until now, TurnScore is the first automated credit repair platform that is simple, safe, and secure. You'll be empowered right from the comfort of your own computer so you can challenge and and repair your credit report to ensure it's fair and accurate. TurnScore is specifically developed with you in mind. There's no more need for an attorney, credit repair companies, or credit counseling. More importantly, no more need for paying higher fees. TurnScore will help you get back on track and get the buying power you need. So whether you have bad credit, average credit, or even good credit, TurnScore is helping turn lives around one credit score at a time. Go to turnscore.com and enter the promo code MSC20 and get $20 off your purchase. That's TURNSCOR.com. TURNSCOR.com. Turnscore.com. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Okay, we got some breaking news from downtown Cleveland. We're going to kick to our on-the-scene reporter, Justin.
This is Justin from the MSC Radio Network. We are live downtown where we've had some reports of some recent zombie attacks. We got a witness here that states she knows what's happening.
Oh my God, the zombie was eating that man's face. But I got an awesome Mindless Clothing t-shirt.
Mindless Clothing. www.mindlessclothing.com.
Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. Heat 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningshowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
I know. Oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more.
I can almost taste it.
Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy.
And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal.
It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request.
Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Morning Show Central.
Denying one Farmville request at a time.
Hello, sports fans, and welcome back to High on Sports. I am Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
And whether you are listening to us tonight on your computer or one of the many glorious apps, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. Remember, if you are not listening on one of the apps, take your smartphone or tablet or mobile smart device thing and go to the App Store and search for TuneIn Radio. Free to download, install it, search MSC Radio Network, hit play, and you will listen to us on the go. You can also favorite it, so you can always come back anytime you want. Pretty nifty. Remember, as always, we are easy to get a hold of and highly interactive. Email us at shows@morningshowcentral.com. Call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Tweet at us at high_on_sports or with the hashtag HighOnSports. And remember, facebook.com/HighOnSports, I should say. Right on our wall, send us a message, whatever you want to do. And remember, as always, get to the website. It's highonsports.net. It's got the archive of all our past shows and a bunch of other fun stuff. Again, highonsports.net. And actually, what will be the next post there in my Ralphie's Rants section will be my first round, or at least top 10. We'll see how I'm feeling. Mock draft will be up there immediately following next week's show.
It'll be a full round, knowing how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Probably. It'll
Go,
probably.
I'll
be like, just the top 10. And then I go 10. I'm like, well, I really think I know who 11 will be.
And then
I'll be like, I can't have a
15.
top 11, so it'll be a full first round mock draft. Full 7-round mock. No.
You're right. The entire draft.
Well, we discussed that before. At that point, you might as well just make up names because it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Like round 6, it's Jimson. I don't know. You won't know. You won't be able to call me out on it. Don't worry about it. But I do want to remind you guys, I'm getting that 7:39 feeling right about this time. I get the old hunger pains. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and I highly advise you guys do it as well, is to check out Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, for the best subs in town. While you're there, tell them MSC Radio Network sent you and get $1 off your meal. Again, that is Hanini Subs in 7310 Lorraine Avenue. Tell them we sent you, get $1 off. Can't beat that deal. The economy and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
That $1, that could go to something big. Go to something big.
And they are pretty delicious eats.
Oh, fantastic.
Good eats.
Fantastic. All right, well, let's get the let out here and get right into things here. It is round 2. Let's go. All right, it's time for a staple of High on Sports, and that is, of course, what's urinating us off. And we are going to start, as we always do, with Von Erich. Von Erich, what's urinating you off?
Now, this is just us beating a dead horse here.
Sure, why not?
We've done this the past 2 or 3 years at least. Right after opening day for the Tribe, we get the sellout crowd, and then the next day, it is near a record low. Now, there was no excuse for the people not to come out on a beautiful day last Tuesday. It was 70 degrees at game time, and we had the low number of 12,600 for the game.
For real? Even against
and
the
it
Yankees?
It was a majority of Yankees fans there.
Oh, it's a disgrace.
It was really bad.
Wow, that's bad.
We took a drumming, but you'll have that from time to time. It's a long season. But most of the Indians fans were gone by the 4th inning by the time Carrasco gave up the 6th or 7th run. And one thing that they won't tell you about that 12,600 is 9,000 of those tickets are season tickets. And
those people might not even be there.
Half of those people were not there.
Ouch.
That's
ouch,
weak.
Ouch.
That's weak.
So we just have to call out the city and they need to go down to... They spent all this money on the offseason. They did what you wanted, what you've been crying and whining about for years. They finally did it, and the first available opportunity, you give them $12,600.
Actually, I got something here for you, Von Erich. You said it 12,600, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an official head count of roughly 12,663. But, of course, the next 2 games postponed. Then the White Sox came to town, and it got worse. 11,864, 11,422, 11,682.
That's weak.
That's a weekend. That's a weekend,
and
buddy.
Friday's
That's
game.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday was Dollar Dog Night from Sugardale.
And Friday was a hell of a game. Masterson threw a 9-inning shutout. Walk-off. Swisher with a walk-off in the 9th after Bourne's double.
My grudge is usually with the second game of the season, though. The first game, you had 40,000 people there.
Yeah.
What's the difference between Monday and Tuesday that we've got almost a 30,000-person drop-off?
That is just sick.
And there's plenty of people who said, oh, I would have gone down, but I couldn't get tickets to the home opener. Why didn't you get tickets for the next game?
The second one.
And a drop-off, I see your point. That kind of a drop-off is sick. But a drop-off, really, at all, it seems a bit ridiculous. But there was a drop-off in Toronto. I have their numbers as well. When the Indians actually opened the season with the Toronto Blue Jays, they started it 48,857, right?
In the Sky
Day
Dome,
one, in the
or
Sky Dome.
whatever they call it.
The
now.
Rogers Center. Center misspelled. And then the following game, it cut in half. 24,619. So still a big drop-off there, but obviously not to the level.
I get it, like a little bit of a
experienced.
drop-off because everyone wants to go to opening day.
Sure.
But 30,000 people difference, I mean, that's a joke. And then all they're going to do is, oh, they suck. Oh, we don't spend no money. Well, they can't spend the money if you don't go to the game to pay for the ticket to give them the money.
By the way, just because there hasn't been many games, and I can do this here, the time they spent in Tampa Bay, that was a 3-game series. It was Friday, April 5th to Sunday, April 7th, the loss, win. The first game in Tampa Bay saw 16,000. The second game saw a near double to 32,000. And then it dropped back off to 21, but still at least reasonable.
That's okay. Let them keep this attendance going the way it is, because then they'll sell the team to some other city, and then
everyone's going to cry.
Exactly. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So whatever.
I mean, not whatever, because I'll be pissed off.
Louisville has been begging for a baseball team for a long time. That's where they make the baseball bats. They want a team in their city, and they'd love to have the Tribe down there.
Tomorrow starts a 3-game series hosting the Boston Red Sox.
Nobody went to the Yankees.
Tickets still available.
I was the only one. The only person
there. It was you
there.
alone. Then they go away for a little bit, actually, and this is the last time they're here till the very, very, very end of the month, people.
When Philadelphia comes to town.
When they come to start their brief interleague play.
Yeah, 2 games of interleague.
That irritates me.
Were you the only one on home run porch?
No, there was a handful of people on the home run porch. I was up in the bleachers.
Oh, where the real fans sit. It's what? Still $10, right? Or did they up it?
It's 12.
12. Well, yes. Yeah. Well, you can take one of those dollars you get from saving that $1 at Hanini Subs.
Yep.
7310 Lorraine
and
Avenue.
Boom.
And what you can do, and here's a great idea for all you people out there, is you can buy a Hanini Sub and take it into the ballpark with you. That is allowed.
Ooh.
You're allowed to bring in food now?
Yes.
Wow, that sounds like an afternoon.
And now everybody
right
who complains going, you got to buy the ticket, then you got to buy $8 for a hot dog, and then $10 for a drink. Well, you don't anymore. Now you're allowed to bring in your food. So go buy a damn ticket and watch the Indians.
I heard the most interesting proposal ever, since we're just talking about concession prices. This is more for football, because for baseball it would kind of be too hard to do. Talking about how to adjust beer prices, right? Here's the idea. Now, obviously, it's not true who suggested this, but it's just something fun to think about. What if your team at that NFL stadium's beer prices, the price for one beer, was however many wins your team had the previous season? Because clearly the worse your team is, the drunker you need to be. You're a Patriots fan. They won how many? 13 games last year? Close to it, 12, 13, whatever. You have to pay $12, $13 for a beer, but you don't need to be drunk. Go watch a winning team.
Yeah.
But then you get like the Browns. We won how many last year? Was it
4?
4?
4 or 5?
4 or 5?
No, we had to have been more than that because we're, 6 in the draft? Had
6
been...
wins then?
Yeah, because...
$6. But here's the
6.
problem. There's one problem. There's one flaw to this system. That would mean in 2008, Detroit
would have had free beer.
Would have burned to the ground.
Free beer.
More so than usual.
More so than usual.
Right, it's already a third world city.
Well, it's funny you say that though, because I think the Indians they're doing $4 beers all summer long.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And $3 hot dogs.
$4 Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Lite, small draft, and you can also go to your dad's beer stand on the lower level and purchase old school beer such as Schaefer's or Pitt's Light. We call it Pitt Faucet. But those are also $4 for a can of those as well.
I mean, there you go, man. Like that's a $3 hot dog, $4 beer, $7 to get the full ballpark experience and just sit back and watch the game with your $12 bleacher seat. Now minus parking, that's like a $20.
Take the wrap.
Well,
no, parking's $10.
Okay, well, no, I was saying
yeah,
20, a 20 like for your total thing. But even then, parking's 10. That's under $30.
Yeah,
under $30.
You can take the Rapid and get there cheaper.
Round trip on the Rapid is $5.
There you go.
That's
because
that's the route I took last week.
When I go with my old roommate, the Rapid's right by our house. Pull into the parking lot, jump on the Rapid, couple bucks.
I'll tell you what, that's under $30, and you get to go and obviously for the first time in a long time, the Tribe's got players that are really you want to see these guys.
Yeah.
There's some guys on this team that whether it's now or down the road, you're gonna want to tell your grandkids, I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Swisher's here. Carlos Santana, Asdrubal Cabrera, Jason Kipnis. These are kids that aren't even scratching the surface of what they have the potential to become here. Justin Masterson is 3-0
with
an
like
ERA,
a
0.41 ERA.
Yeah, I mean, amazing his first 2 starts, and then freaking start
First
3.
2 starts, by the way, beat R.A. Dickey and David Price, the 2 reigning Cy Young winners.
And then he comes out against Chicago, 9-inning shutout.
There you go.
Come on.
There you go. I mean, what do you want here, people? Beat Crane. Suck it, Crane. Anyways, I mean, it's right here, guys. It's affordable. It's fun. It's a good product to see, and it's not even just who the Tribe are fielding. Go tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. Go see him play Dustin Pedroia. Dustin Pedroia is an MVP, and you could just go see him for less than $30. You could take in the whole experience. Ubaldo Jimenez on the mound against Dubront. Not necessarily a draw, but he'll be there. He'll be there. And I'm telling you, Wednesday, you can go see Justin Masterson pitch. He's I mean 3-0, 0.41 ERA. I mean, if he wins again here and has another performance like his last start, I mean, it's obviously too early, but this is a very hot start. You don't want to bring out that CY word, but I'm telling you, if he continues this, you have to give it to him.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, way too early. But don't you want to say, if he does win it, don't you want to say, I saw the Cy Young winner pitch against Estevez. Who is Boston fielding this year? Jesus Christ. Well, John Lester will pitch on Thursday, so...
Well, that's someone we know.
That's about it.
Lord.
Dubront? Who the hell is that? I don't know. Maybe people from Boston know, but obviously given the situation, I don't think they're going to talk right now. But anyways, so yeah, people just get to the game. Get to the game. That's all I got to say. All right, Ashley, we're going to slide over to you. Would you like to chime in on what's urinating you off?
Yeah. Hold on 1 sec.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, apparently the Chicago Cubs chairman, Tom Ricketts, obviously they've been begging for the renovations of the stadium forever.
Sure.
But apparently he thinks that will make them a winner. I'm sorry. A new stadium is not going to make your people play better. Yeah, maybe.
Look at the Browns.
Maybe you'll sell a few more tickets so you'll have a little bit more money to spend, but
yeah, the Cubs don't have a problem drawing fans anyways. There's always going to be people down at Wrigley Field.
And not even half of their games are even night games. They play them all during the day and they still get people. So I don't think that's the problem. So this idiot, you're not... I mean, yeah, you know what? You do need renovations, but claiming a new stadium will bring you a World Series. No, that's like saying a new school will make the kids smarter. No, it doesn't work
It's
that
all
way.
about who you're putting in the school.
Right?
We get a shiny new stadium, but who the hell's playing in it?
Yeah, if you field a bunch of crap, you're still going to get crap.
Do you
Except
know who-
now you owe a big-ass loan on a fancy new stadium.
Do you know? You want to know two fun little factoids here about the Chicago Cubs? They still draw great numbers blindly going to see this team. And do you know who took the first pitch? Who stepped into the batter box for the first time for your Chicago Cubs this season? Who took the very first pitch as a Cub? David DeJesus led off for the Cubs. And you know who their starting third baseman is? Luis Valbuena. Remember
Who wasn't
him?
even good enough to be our backup.
Remember him? Sweet Luis Valbuena.
Yeah. I mean, they're fielding crap, and a new stadium isn't going to get you. But
No.
it's
it
not
won't.
going to improve your talent.
I'm not going to make any fans here, but Wrigley Field is just a testament to our blind stupidity as a world. It's been over 100 years, and they just keep coming.
Yeah.
They just keep going.
I mean, that's why a stadium doesn't make the team better. Michael Jordan can go to a crap ass playground and still light it up.
Well,
he's old now.
he couldn't do it in Washington.
He was old.
Okay, all right. I'll
in
give
his
you that.
prime.
All right.
In
okay.
his prime,
Okay.
he could go to a best NBA court in the world,
True.
light it up. Or he could go to some playground down the street where there's
Absolutely. Where the
metal
net is
rim
a chain.
nets and one of the rims is crooked and a cracked out court, and he'd still light
And
it
he'd
up.
still drop 40, sure.
And then I could find some blind person, take him off the court, put him into a fancy new stadium. It's not going to make him see and make him play better.
Exactly. The new Wrigley Field will not bring sight to the blind. That is what we are here to tell you.
That was kind of a not even good
had a
analogy.
point. No, we got you. We got you.
It's not going to make you play better.
How many people in wheelchairs will be able to walk for the first time? None. Thanks, Wrigley. Asshole.
So I don't. It's not.
That stadium's old. They might not even have wheelchair accessible.
Probably not. The ramp is like a piece
It
of
just-
plywood.
I
They
don't-
flop over the stairs whenever they see you coming.
Yeah, I don't get it because it's not going to increase. It's not going to make you.
They have no
'cause
screen.
They already have decent attendance, and it's
Oh,
not
they-
going to give you a sellout every night.
All that damn handicapped guys coming here.
And the only way you're going to get that, like the only way they'd make, I don't know. It's
Like
Dude's talking out of his
300
ass.
million of the 500 million going to renovations will just be used to trim the ivy, I think.
right.
I don't know. It's utterly ridiculous. All right, well, we're nearing the end of the show here, but before we do, I would like to bring to you what we've been doing every week this month, aside from last week because we weren't here. Every week, obviously when we're here, we bring up another mock draft for the NFL because the draft will be 1 week from this Thursday upcoming. That is the 25th of April. All right. That will be day one. Of course, it goes the 25th, 26th, and 27th.
Set your calendars.
A little bit ridiculous. Set your calendars to all 3 of those days. I'm sorry, I can't. I can watch day 1. I can maybe sort of watch day 2. And day 3, the best you're getting out of me is on in the background. As far as my attention.
I don't like how they do it now. It was nice when it was boom.
Although
all
I
day
do,
Saturday.
don't you kind of like all the rounds that no one gives half a crap about grouped together, just so we can just be like, okay, well, I don't have to worry about that day.
Well, yeah. Then you turn it off after the first 4 rounds.
That's true. I forgot we can do that.
Yeah. You don't have to sit there and watch the draft for 12 hours.
The only problem is now, even if like I want to watch, like even at just the first 2 days, it's like 2 days of my weekend. Why can't they put these on like a Tuesday? Like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday kind of deal. That would be cool, but obviously not to maximize their viewers, just maximize me. Anyways, this is the mock draft coming to us this week from Bleacher Report. Next week we may unveil another source's mock draft, but we will at the very least unveil my mock draft. Now, again, that's on next week's show. That will be Monday the 22nd. Number 1, everybody's pretty much unanimous on this one. Kansas City Chiefs, Luke Joeckel, offensive tackle out of Texas A&M. Of course, not looking quarterback there necessarily, at least not this early, after getting from San Francisco. Why did I just blank on his name? San Francisco. Who did they get from San Francisco? The quarterback. Kansas City Chiefs got...
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith, thank you. Sorry.
I was trying to figure out where I'm like, oh,
Jacksonville
what?
Jags, Deion Jordan, defensive end out of Oregon. At number 3, Oakland Raiders, Sheriff Floyd, defensive tackle out of Florida. Number 4, this is one that's getting a lot of steam. Geno Smith, quarterback, West Virginia, Philadelphia Eagles.
I'll be good with that.
We'll see. Detroit Lions, Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah, defensive end out of BYU. Cleveland Browns, D. Milliner, cornerback, Alabama. This is the second draft we shared with you on the show, second one that has D coming to the brown and orange. I believe it is a safe bet now that the Browns will either go with D. Milliner out of Alabama or they will trade back. Those are basically the only two options here. I would have liked to see them address corner in the offseason with somebody, anybody, and use this pick for defensive end because there's a lot of D-line talent available in this draft, but they sort of addressed the D-line with some signings in the offseason, and now corner is really the wide open spot that needs to be addressed. And at number 7, Arizona Cardinals, Lane Johnson, offensive tackle, Oklahoma. Buffalo Bills, Eric Fisher, offensive tackle, Central Michigan. New York Jets, one of those big question mark teams. Will they go for a quarterback? Can we finally put a bullet in Mark Sanchez's head and put him out of his misery? He's like a horse with a broken leg. Just let him die.
He's already got shit brain.
Just let him die. Nope. Jarvis Jones, outside linebacker out of Georgia. And at number 10, Tennessee Titans, Chance Warmack, offensive guard, Alabama. Every time I see Warmack, I think of Floyd Warmack. He's a guard in Jacksonville, I believe is where he's at right now. His nickname's Pork Chop. I just think that's interesting. So every time I see Warmack, I'm like, Pork Chop? What are you doing here? But anyways, we're nearing the end of the show, and it's time to end it the way we always do, but not quite in the way we always do it. This is 3 Up, 3 Down, and this is a very special 3 Up, 3 Down in that I don't have a down number 3. Full disclosure for you folks at home, I usually put up the finishing touches to 3 Up, 3 Down during the day, Monday, earlier in the day, while I'm show prepping. But then some explosions went off at the Boston Marathon, and excuse me if I got a little preoccupied and totally threw everything off track. Either way, down number 2, Zach Greinke, broken collarbone when Carlos Quentin charged the mound. It was absolutely ridiculous. He did lower his shoulder, which was very stupid. Again, non-throwing shoulder. We talked about this. But you just don't do that as a pitcher. You said what would have been the best would be to see him do like a bullfighter thing.
Yeah, just
let him charge and then move out of the way. Ole, you know?
Honestly, that's what I would have done, and then I would throw my glove off the back of his head and been like, all right, now the rest of my team's here. I'm protected.
Sure. Down number 1, Kobe Bryant.
Ooh.
Tore his Achilles this week. Expected rehab time, 6 to 9 months. And we didn't really get into this.
That's funny.
We didn't really get into this in the first half like we wanted to, but Kobe Bryant, obviously very severe injury. Some think this could be it for him, but I think there's no chance that he doesn't come back. He's absolutely going to play again. But the scariest part is the word being floated around right now is Kobe's only signed up till after next season. The word going around is potentially amnesty clause him and actually get him off the team, giving them money to do things like re-sign Dwight and stuff like that, and then re-sign Kobe when he's better. So basically cutting the guy while he's hurt, but obviously still paying him, and see what happens after that. That would be a very bold move, to say the least, because Kobe Bryant's on the market. Some teams are at least going to flirt, to say the very least. But then would he leave? You never know. Probably not. But up number 3, well, we just talked about it. The Cubs, Chicago Cubs, $500 million to fix up Wrigley Field. Again, we talked about it, though. There's it's hard to say. It's hard to say who, if it how it will help Wrigley. This is, as I told you, we would keep you updated on the Boston thing. I'm going to try to make this quick because we are getting out of here. But CNN is now officially calling the Boston Marathon an act of terrorism. Not entirely sure from who, but they are calling this a terrorist attack. So, again, that's all we have right now. And again, President Obama has vowed that any responsible individuals and any reasonable groups will feel the full weight of justice. So, very somber note to end the show on. And timing. Up number 2, by the way, was Ethiopia's Leslia I don't know. Winner of the 117th Boston Marathon, Ethiopian. And up number 1, Adam Scott beat Angel Cabrera, second play of hole to win the Masters. But again, yeah, terrible news out of Boston there. And again, cannot stress this enough. Our hearts and prayers go out to them, to everyone affected, and everyone involved, and everyone hurt by these tragic events that took place today at the 117th running of the Boston Marathon. But remember, tune into the show next week. It's our last show before the draft. We're going to be breaking down a bunch of different draft scenarios, come to the conclusion of what the Browns ultimately will do on that draft Thursday. So for Chris, for Von Erich, for Ashley, I am Ralphie saying good night, everybody. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Thanks for listening to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network. God bless, Boston.